5 things you didn't know your brain can do. Number 1. Sense Earth's magnetic field. The capacity to detect the Earth's attractive field has been widely found and concentrated among creatures. From winged creatures to marine vertebrates to bugs. Large numbers of them utilize the field to explore. However, this capacity has consistently been thought to be missing in individuals. All things considered, in the event that we had that, for what reason did we mess with the entire root thing before? Incidentally, we may very well have it, however not to the degree of different creatures. In a new report, analysts put 84 members in a Faraday confine, which is only an extravagant name for a container with no electromagnetic aggravation. They made a fake attractive field and slowly changed its direction and afterward noticed the response in the mind. Incredibly, there was a positive response in the segments of the cerebrum that managed tangible upgrades. The members couldn't intentionally feel anything, and the response was restricted to changes in an attractive direction that would be found in nature. The cerebrum didn't respond when the attractive field faced upward. It recommends that this conceivable sense just works in light of the Earth's attractive field and is certainly not a generally useful attractive sensor. Number 2. Listen and learn during sleep. We comprehend rest as a period of halfway closure for the mind. We positively don't anticipate that the cerebrum should have any of its customary capacities while we're dozing, particularly the ones that permit it to encode learned data based on tactile signs. Shockingly, the mind can do precisely that, as long as it occurs during the REM stage. In an investigation distributed in Nature Communications, they put 20 volunteers to bed and played acoustic examples at them in all phases of their rest. They were then approached to distinguish similar examples when they woke up. They found that the subjects could distinguish the sound examples heard during the REM stage yet didn't perceive the ones from other, more profound periods of sleep. Now, it surely doesn't imply that you can read for your test while you rest, yet it discredits the recently held thought that the mind can't get new data when it's dozing. Number 3. Instantly judge someone's character. Regardless of how non-judgmental we case to be, the point at which we meet somebody unexpectedly, we accidentally establish a psychological connection of them dependent on viewable signals. Do they look rich? What's up with their style sense? Are those scars criminal in nature? While you're caught up with doing that, however, the mind would have just had made a psyche profile of the individual, and a substantially more exact one, as well. Examination shows that the mind is scarily quick at making up decisions about others, requiring about 0.1 seconds for the entire cycle. All the more critically, its decisions end up being correct, regardless of whether it's about their sexuality, fitness at the working environment, or political alliance. It's the point at which you begin to think all alone and supersede your cerebrum's decisions that they transform into generalizations that are regularly mistaken. The prompts that the cerebrum notes are additionally difficult to counterfeit. Number 4. 360-degree awareness. It has been conjectured with sickening dread motion pictures just as genuine that individuals have an intuition with regards to knowing whether somebody is watching them from behind. You should feel uncomfortable, begin perspiring and feel the hair on the rear of your neck holds up. It's considered as a minimal sense from our agrarian days, however, it's in no way, shape, or form. The genuine explanation it happens is that we're totally ready to notice every one of the 360 levels of our environmental factors. In the event that the eyes appear to be restricted by the extent of their field of vision contrasted with different creatures, this is on the grounds that the cerebrum shouldn't have the option to look behind. It has other, better methods for making a full-scale 3D model of our environmental factors. Studies have discovered that our feeling of hearing is very precise at recognizing even the smallest move in our environmental factors, particularly the parts we can't see. That, joined with our different faculties, gives the mind a to a great extent precise see of every one of the 360 levels of what's around us. Number 5. Natural alarm clock. We as a whole know somebody who professes to have a characteristic morning timer that awakens them precisely when they need to. I needn't bother with an alert. I am a caution, they'd state nonchalantly before you continue to close them down with research on how that is impractical. In the event that you really investigate it, however, you'd understand that they aren't joking. The regular body morning timer is very genuine and is as acceptable if worse than any alert cash can purchase. Given that you have a normal dozing plan you stick to, as the majority of us who have occupations do. The inbuilt morning timer of the body is very compelling at awakening you before the specified time. According to Explore, it works because of stress chemicals delivered by the cerebrum a couple of hours before your wake-up time. They permit you to slowly awaken without being suddenly hindered by the genuine morning timer, demonstrating that the mind subliminally detests alerts as much as us. You don't have to do anything uncommon to enact it other than adhering to a set timetable. By the same token, this is the reason routine office goers regularly wind up awakening minutes before the alert is set to go off.